Hi, I found a really lovely story called While We Can't Hug. It's about two friends who want to hug, but we know they can't right now. So they find different ways to tell each other that they love them. So let's read this story together and learn some signs. We'll look at the first part of the story and work out what signs that we need. Let's listen to it first.
For all the children who can't hug the ones they love. Hedgehog and Tortoise were the best of friends. They wanted to give each other a great big hug, but they weren't allowed to touch. Don't worry, said Owl. There are lots of ways to show someone you love them.
Now that you have listened to the first part of this story, we're going to learn some signs. As you can see to the side of me, we have the words, and if they have a little picture on the top, they're the ones we're going to sign. So let's start with hedgehog. You need a working clawed hand, bring it to your supporting side, you're going to arch over twice. That's the sign for hedge. Then change it to a fist hand and circle round your nose. Hog. Hedge, hog. Next we need turtle. For this you need a working cupped hand, so like you're holding a ball. With your supporting hand, you need to extend your index, middle and ring finger. Curl your two index and ring finger over, and then your middle finger is going to be the turtle's head. Can you see? Turtle. And then the sign for friend, two flat hands, working hand on top. So hedgehog and turtle were best friends. They wanted to give each other a great big hug. Want is a flat hand and you just scoop down from your chest. To give, two flat hands and you just move it forward as if you're giving it to someone. Wanted to give a great big hug. So you're just going to curl your arms, working arm in front, and then just move it towards your body. Hug. But they weren't allowed to touch. So for weren't allowed, we're going to say no. And then touch, you just need a working index hand and bring it and touch the forearm of your supporting hand. They weren't allowed to touch. Don't worry, said Owl. So don't worry, again we're going to have that no. And for worry, two index hands this time with your palms of your hands facing your body. And then we're just going to move it forwards and backwards from the forehead. Don't worry, said the Owl. Owl, you need a clawed V hand and your thumbs. You're then going to place them at the side of your eyes and then twist them down like the owl's blinking eyes. Owl. Don't worry, said the Owl. There's lots of ways to show someone you love them. So for lots, you need open hands that wiggle and then you're just going to move it forwards and backwards, side to side. Lots of ways to show. Flat hands under your eyes, bring them down. To show that you love them. Working hands on top over your chest. Okay, so they're all the signs you need. Let's put it together with the story.
Hedgehog and Tortoise were the best of friends. They wanted to give each other a great big hug, but they weren't allowed to touch. Don't worry, said Owl. There are lots of ways to show someone you love them.
That's great, well done. So now let's listen to the next part of this story.
Hedgehog tried a wave. That made Tortoise smile. Tortoise made a funny face. That made Hedgehog laugh. Tortoise wrote a letter. And Hedgehog wrote one back.
Now let's learn the signs for the next part of this story. So have a little look, find the pictures, these are the ones we're going to sign. So we've already done hedgehog, if you remember, clawed hand into fist. Hedgehog tried a wave. For wave we need an open hand, and we're going to twist at the wrist. This is slightly different to goodbye, that goes side to side, so let's make sure we know the difference. So hedgehog tried a wave, and this made Tortoise smile. So if you remember with your tortoise, cupped hand, and then we've got our legs and our head. And for smile, we're just going to use an index hand to trace that smile. Tortoise, smile. Then Tortoise made a funny face. So let's get that tortoise sign again. And this time you can choose a funny face. And this made Hedgehog laugh. So let's get our hedgehog. And for laugh, you need an L-shaped hand. You're going to twist it over so your index hand is by your mouth. And then you're just going to roll it forwards. So it made Hedgehog laugh. Then Tortoise wrote a letter and Hedgehog wrote one back. So to write a letter, we're going to use our index and middle finger onto our thumb, like a tripod grip when we're writing with a pencil. Your supporting hand is the paper. And we're just going to mimic writing. So that's to write. And for letter, we're going to use a thumb hand, and then we're going to put it by the side of our mouth and then come down onto our working hand. So write a letter. And then Hedgehog wrote one back. So Hedgehog wrote one back. Right, let's put these signs with the story.
Hedgehog tried a wave. That made Tortoise smile. Tortoise made a funny face. That made Hedgehog laugh. Tortoise wrote a letter. And Hedgehog wrote one back.
That's great, well done. So now let's listen to the next part of this story.
And when Tortoise did a little dance, Hedgehog joined in too. Hedgehog blew a kiss across the gap between them. Tortoise saw it and caught it and kept it and sent 3 back again. Tortoise sang a song. Hedgehog played along.
Now let's learn the next set of signs. Have a little look at the pictures and let's get started. So we've got, and Tortoise did a little dance. So we know the sign for tortoise already. So for dance, you just move your arms like you're having a little boogie. Hedgehog joined in too. So Hedgehog was dancing. Nice and easy. Hedgehog blew a kiss. So we're just going to blow a kiss across the gap between them. But then Tortoise, he saw it. So let's get an index hand. We're going to double tap by the side of our eye. He saw it and he caught it. So let's just pretend to catch it. He caught it and kept it. So keep it tucked in there. And then he sent 3 back. Mwah, mwah, mwah. Tortoise sang a song. So for singing, you need an N hand. You're going to twist it over and then circle forwards. He sang a song. 2 N hands this time from the mouth coming out. He sang a song. Hedgehog played along. So he's got his music. So we're going to do the sign for music. 2 index hands like you're conducting. Hedgehog played along. Right, let's put these with the story.
And when Tortoise did a little dance, Hedgehog joined in too. Hedgehog blew a kiss across the gap between them. Tortoise saw it and caught it and kept it and sent 3 back again. Tortoise sang a song. Hedgehog played along.
Great work, everyone. Now on to the last part of the story. Let's listen to it first.
They both painted pictures. that everyone would know they were friends. Through rain and shine, they could not touch, they could not hug, but they both knew that they were loved.
Now, let's learn the signs that we're going to need for the last part of this story. Let's take a look and see what we're going to learn. So we've got both painted pictures, so everyone knew they were friends. So for the sign for both, you need a V hand. You're going to tip it up and then just tilt it left and right. So you're kind of pointing to both of them. Both. For painted, change it to an N hand, and then you're just going to flex it up and down like you're painting. So they both painted a picture, and everyone. So this time we need a cupped hand, like you're holding a ball onto your cheek and spring it open. So every, then index hand to indicate the people. Everyone knew, thumb hand, tilt it to the off side of your head. Knew they were friends. Had this one before, flat hand, working hand in top. Let's do that together. They both painted a picture, so everyone knew they were friends. Well done. Through rain, through shine. So through rain, we're going to have open hands, start at head height, and then we're just going to wiggle like the rain. And for shine, it means the sunshine, so we've got index hand making a sun shape in the sky. Through rain, through shine. They could not touch. If you remember, we had this at the beginning. So could not is no, and touch is just index hand. Could not hug. So curl your arms in front of you and bring to the body. But they both knew they were loved. So that's sign for both again. Both knew they were loved. Right, let's put this last bit to the story.
They both painted pictures, so that everyone would know they were friends. Through rain and shine, they could not touch, they could not hug, but they both knew that they were loved.
Wow, you guys have been great. Now you've learnt all the signs that you need to read this story. So let's go back to the very beginning and put all these signs with the story. I hope you enjoy.
For all the children who can't hug the ones they love. Hedgehog and Tortoise were the best of friends. They wanted to give each other a great big hug, but they weren't allowed to touch. Don't worry, said Owl. There are lots of ways to show someone you love them. Hedgehog tried a wave. That made Tortoise smile. Tortoise made a funny face. That made Hedgehog laugh. Tortoise wrote a letter, and Hedgehog wrote one back. And when Tortoise did a little dance, Hedgehog joined in too. Hedgehog blew a kiss across the gap between them. Tortoise saw it and caught it and kept it, and sent 3 back again. Tortoise sang a song. Hedgehog played along. They both painted pictures, so that everyone would know they were friends. Through rain and shine, both knew that they were loved.
I hope you liked learning the signs for this lovely story. Now I'll say goodbye, stay safe at home, and hopefully it won't be too long before we can hug our loved ones again. Bye.